They are called as paraffins because they have very less affinity towards the any compound, okay, towards any compound which is there in the atmosphere. They have very less affinity towards that. So they have, yeah, little affinity, correct. So they are called as paraffins. General formula also I have discussed. It is CN H2N plus 2. And hybridization of this compound is sp3. Okay, because it's single bonded compound, you know, everywhere they are attached to 4 bonds. Okay, one carbon atom will be attached to 4 different atoms. Okay, so then it is sp3 hybridization. Yes, this much we had finished. Okay, now few IUPAC name of the compounds. Only two I will be giving you. Okay, and you know the rules. The same rules we are going to follow for these also. Hydrocarbon, what we have studied in the organic chemistry, no, the basic concepts of organic chemistry, what you have studied, same rules you are going to apply here. Okay, so I will be giving you two compounds. You try to name them. Okay. So first compound you see CH3 thrice, and then CH2 C and CH3 three times. Okay, this is one compound which you have to name. One more compound I'll be writing here. Second one. You all try doing this now. CH3 C and then C2H5 twice. Okay, let's see whether your answer is matching with what I am going to tell here now. See, you have CH3 three times, and this side you are having carbon. So that means to the carbon there is 3 CH3 molecules attached like this. One CH3, second one, and then you are having third one. Okay, so this part is over. Then come to next. Then we are having CH2. After that again you are having carbon. Then there is CH3 three times. No, so carbon is having 3 CH3 surrounding them. Okay. Now if you take here, the first rule of IUPAC is you need to select the longest possible chain. So here the longest possible chain can be this one. See, straight you can go starting from this CH3, left to right or right to left. Okay, this one. Or you can even take this chain in this way. Okay, this way. Then this two will come as a branch. Anyhow you can take, but then see that you select the longest possible chain. So I will number this now. I am taking from this side. So 1. This will be second carbon. Then you are having 3, then 4, and then 5. Okay, so I have done the numbering. Now you can see here, after numbering, second position there is 2 CH3. Okay, fourth position again you are having 2 CH3 as a branch. So these are coming as a branch. This will be our main chain. Okay, so on the second position you can see that there are 2 CH3. Fourth position also. Then I should write 2 positions. Both the positions should be mentioned, correct? No, so I should write 2, 2, and all of the molecules are CH3 itself. Fourth position also I am having CH3. So 2, 2, then I should write 4, 4, because these are the two positions where I am having 4 CH3. So I have mentioned all the positions now. Okay, so here 2, 2, 4, 4. After that, what is the name of this branch? It is CH3. CH3 is called as a methyl. And how many methyl group is there? See, 1 here, 2, then 3, and then we are having 4. No, 4 are there because this is the main chain. 4 you are having. So 4 means what you call the prefix, what we are going to use is tetra. Starting letter you see it's capital, so it is tetra. And then we are having 4 CH3, so it is tetra methyl, and then you come. After that it is over. This part branching name is done. Now come to the main chain. Main chain has 5 carbon. So 5 carbon is called as pentane. Okay. So this is the name. 2, 2, 4, 4 tetramethyl pentane is the name. I hope you have got it right. Now we'll go for next one. Okay. See this compound now. CH3 twice, then you are having C2H5 2 times. Okay, you can write the open structure first. C is having 1 CH3 here, 1 CH3 on this side, one more CH3 on this side. Then on the other side, we are having C2H5. Okay. C2H5 here, and then we are having C2H5 on this side. You can still open this, okay, students. So I am writing the open structure again. C2H5 we can still open and write, no? We can write it in this way, CH2 and then CH3. Even on this side, I'm going to write the open. This part I'm going to open, okay? So here this is again CH2, then CH3. So I've written open structure here. After writing, don't directly go to this chain. Okay, you have to see which is the longest possible chain. From anywhere, the longest possible chain can start. So here, see, this will become the longest possible chain. From this side, see, this chain. I will mark it like this. Okay, this becomes the longest possible chain. I can't take this one. This is smallest. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I will get. If I am taking the straight ones. Okay. But if you go down, you will understand there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 carbons. So this becomes the longest chain. Okay. And number you can do from any side, because if I start from here also 1, 2, third position I'll be giving for the branch. Even if I start from this side 1, 2, 3, I'll be giving third position only for the branch. Okay. So I can start from any side. So I'll start from here 1, then 2, then we are having 3, 4, and then 5. Okay. Third position, you have 2 branch, 1 CH3 here, 1 more CH3. Okay. So what will be the name? 3, 3. Yes. Then 2 CH3 is getting repeated. So di. Then methyl, because the branch name is methyl, dimethyl. Then you count the number of carbon atom. Again 5. No. So pentane. Yes. Very good. Few have got the answer. Yeah, this should be the name of the compound. Okay, so only 2 compounds I have given. You can practice this, because before things I have done so many compounds. Just for you all to get a hand of it, I have taken this too. Okay, now we'll start with the next part of it. Okay, good. Then I'll continue with next. Next is the preparation of alkanes, because we are discussing alkane here. So preparation of alkane. First method of preparation of alkane is hydrogenation of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay. So we are taking unsaturated hydrocarbon and we are going to prepare the alkane. You are familiar with what is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Means if the compound is having carbon-carbon double bond, or if the compound has carbon-carbon triple bond, we call them as unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay. So now here you can take unsaturated hydrocarbon and prepare the alkanes. Okay. Now why we are taking? Because double bond compounds, so they are more reactive. Here now when I have double bond, you know, one bond is pi bond, the other one is a sigma bond. Correct. No, one is pi bond, one is sigma bond. So these pi bonds are more reactive than compared to sigma bond. So you can make them react very easily. Okay. Now if I have to convert this into a single bond, what I need to add here is break this bond and then do the addition of hydrogen. Only then I will be getting the alkane. So you take unsaturated hydrocarbon and to this we are going to add hydrogen. Okay. So when I add hydrogen here, see how does it break down is, so you can do the charge separation here. I'm just shifting this now. Okay, this pi bond is nothing but the electrons pair only. No, so I'm shifting one pair over here on the carbon. Okay, if you remember, we have done electromeric effect, no, where when the attacking reagent comes, there is separation of the charges taking place. So I'm shifting this pi bond on one of the carbon. Okay, so I'm shifting on one of the carbon, and this carbon will lose the electron, so they will get a positive charge. Okay. So here I have done this charge separation, and then hydrogen also I will be doing like that only. See here hydrogen and hydrogen is having a single bond. So when this gets polarized, this also you can polarize. You break the bond. Okay, one I am doing as H plus, one I am converting into H minus. Means I am shifting this bond on this particular hydrogen. This happens in the presence of a catalyst. Means catalyst will help you to do this. Breaking of the bond is there. No, breaking of the bond will be done with the help of the catalyst. Otherwise, the rate of the reaction will not increase. You know, the catalysts are the substance which helps you to increase the rate of the reaction. Okay, so here we are adding a catalyst. that catalyst will help you to break this bond. Okay, so I've just separated the charges here. I did one carbon with negative charge, one carbon with positive. Similarly, you break the bond of this hydrogen also. One you make negative and one you make positive. Now you just have to cross them. This positive hydrogen I'm going to link with the negative carbon. And the negative hydrogen I'm going to link with the positive carbon. Okay, so then see the compound what you're going to get will be like this. Here carbon and carbon, single bond. This side, I've put only single bond. Now these electrons are there. No, these electrons will be utilized to form the bond with H plus. H plus is deficient. Okay, so I'm directly using that electron. See, I'm putting here. That electrons will bind with the H. And now this carbon which is deficient will get the electron from this H minus. So that minus will form a bond here. Okay. So that minus is forming a bond here. Then you will get one more hydrogen present on this side. Okay, so you get alkane here. See, we have broken the double bond. We have converted into a single bonded compound. Like that you can do with, this is with alkenes what we did. Alkenes are converted to alkanes in the presence of the catalyst. And the catalyst what we use is either nickel you can use, or platinum or palladium is used as a catalyst. Okay, so we can do the similar thing with alkynes also. See, with alkynes if I have to do the reaction, there is a triple bond. Okay, so if I'm adding one hydrogen first, one H2 when I'm adding first, you will break one bond. Okay, when I break one bond, what will I get here? Just break a bond. Okay, if you don't understand this charge separation, what you do is break one bond, add one hydrogen here, one hydrogen on this side. Okay, that much at least you can do. No, forget about the mechanism part. So what I'm doing here is, now see, I am breaking that bond and then I'm adding one hydrogen here, one more hydrogen on the other side, this way. Okay, so I've just broken the bond. Now to this again you can add hydrogen plus H2 if I add, then I will add one more hydrogen. If I'm adding one more hydrogen here, see, then double bond will break down. Correct? No, I will get one hydrogen here, one hydrogen on this side, this way. Then it will give rise to alkane. Okay, means from alkynes also you can prepare alkanes by doing the addition of hydrogen. And this process where you are adding hydrogen, so it is also called as hydrogenation reaction. I hope you are able to follow. Should I repeat, students, once again? Yes, I will be repeating this. Now see, now your doubts are, these charges are not permanent. See, this charge separation takes place because they have to react here. When we are adding the catalyst, no, that time this electrons are there, no, here this pi bond is there, no, that will get attracted over there to the catalyst. On the surface of the catalyst, these electrons will get attracted, due to which the carbon gets positive and negative charge. So if carbon gets polarized, they can polarize hydrogen molecule. That's how the charge separation happens. Okay, so it's not like permanent. When the attacking reagent comes, when the catalyst has been added, only then this charge separation takes place. Okay. Now again, I'll repeat, see, I'll be repeating this once again. See, first one, we are talking about preparation of alkanes here. So I am taking here, and you are preparing alkanes by taking unsaturated hydrocarbon. See, unsaturated hydrocarbon has a double bond, correct? I will directly take example now here. See, I am taking CH2 double bond CH2. Okay, you understand in this simple way. I have here CH2 double bond CH2. Plus, to this you are supposed to add hydrogen. Okay, so when you are adding hydrogen to this unsaturated hydrocarbon in the presence of catalyst, that is either nickel, platinum, okay, or palladium. These are the symbol. For nickel, you can write Ni. Platinum is written as PT and palladium is PD. Okay, it's PD. So here, these are the catalysts what we are taking. Any one can be used. It's not compulsory that all the three has to be added. Any one can be used. Now, when you add the catalyst to this compound, see these molecules are there, no, of alkenes. They will get adsorbed on the, means they will come and get accumulated on the surface of this catalyst, where these electrons will be utilized here to form a bond. Okay, so that time there is charge separation happening. So that is what I did here. Okay, charge separation which takes place. See here, this bond is there, no? Because it's a pi bond. Pi bond is a weak bond, so you can separate the charges. You can put it anywhere, okay? That's fine. So I am just putting minus charge on this carbon and plus charge on the other carbon. And here there is, see, now once the charge separation happens, this hydrogen also will get polarized. Actually, hydrogen is not a polar compound, okay? But then since here there is polarity, this hydrogen molecule also will get polarized. So you break again, okay? When they get polarized, one gets a positive charge, one will take all the bond and go, so one will get a negative charge. So you just add them now here across. This H minus you add to this carbon, okay, this H minus, no, minus you will add to the plus one, and plus one you will be taken by the minus, okay. So this much you do. Now directly adding and breaking this double bond, okay. So when you break this double bond and add, what will be the compound form? CH, you're adding one more hydrogen. That means I'll get CH3, correct? No? Double bond will break down. Then you will get this CH3 again because this hydrogen will be taken by this CH2 and a bond will be formed. This much if you write is enough. Okay. So here we have converted alkene into alkane. And the compound name here it is ethene. Ethene to ethane. Okay. This much you do. So I said you can prepare by taking alkene. You can also prepare by taking alkyne. If I take alkyne now, I'll take ethyne. Ethyne is what? CH, triple bond CH. Correct? Triple bond CH. Plus, if you are adding hydrogen now, what you do is you just break this bond, triple bond, you convert into a double bond and add one hydrogen here and one hydrogen on this side. That much only you do. Okay. So I am adding directly now. I'll add and then write the compound. Okay. In the presence of nickel, platinum, palladium. Okay. If I add now here across a double bond, I'll get CH2 double bond CH2. Correct. To this again, if you add, then you will end up getting this compound. That is ethane. So I'm not writing that. This much is enough. Okay. And if you talk about this reaction, the reaction what we have done here, it's an addition reaction. Okay. If you can recall, even in your 10th standard, you had few reaction, no students. Addition reaction, you had oxidation, substitution. Those reactions also you're going to study here as well. Okay, so here this reaction what we have done, it's an addition reaction. And addition is only possible where there is a unsaturated compound present. Means if there is a double bond or a triple bond present, it's a pi bond. No, so pi bond breaking is easier and break them and then add the other elements. So that is possible. Okay, so it is possible only if you are having unsaturated compound. If you have saturated compound, then you can't do addition reaction there. You can only do substitution reaction. Okay. I hope everyone is finished. Now this is first example which I have taken. And this is second one. Done, no? Yeah, I'll continue with next one. Now see here, we have done addition of hydrogen. That is what we call as hydrogenation. So I want you to write the definition for hydrogenation. So write down definition for hydrogenation, you write here. Okay, I'm writing on the screen. You can copy down the same thing. Hydrogenation, you write that as a note. Okay, below this you write. You write as a note, hydrogenation means what? The process of addition of hydrogen, to unsaturated hydrocarbon, in the presence of nickel, platinum or palladium catalyst. Okay. To form alkanes. This process is called hydrogenation. Yes, I'll continue with next one. Now, next preparation is from alkyl halide. Okay. Now see, to prepare this alkane now from alkyl halide, you need to know what is alkyl halide. I hope you remember what is an alkyl group is. I'll repeat this once again for others. From alkyl halide, when you are preparing, alkyl halide general is R and then X. Okay. Alkyl halide is made to react with zinc and hydrochloric acid. Zinc with hydrochloric acid reacts together to form a salt, ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas which is liberated reacts with the alkyl halide. Okay. And I've shown you how the charge separation happens. In the alkyl halide, halogen is more electronegative. So they will have more of the electron density towards themselves. So this will carry a minus charge. And R will get a positive charge. Okay, R carries a positive charge. So there is a polarization now. You see a charge separation. This polarization will polarize the hydrogen molecule also. Okay, so I am putting here one minus and one plus charge. Okay, one minus is there and one plus charge is there. So this you can make them to react now. This H minus which plus is there, you take out with X minus, and R plus you take out with the H minus. So you will get hydrocarbon plus one acid also will be formed, like here CHCl is formed again.